Frugal Forest. This is another episode of Road Rage. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. For those of you that are new to the channel, Road Rage is where I use a hands-free set here. I have my phone set in this little makeshift thing that I made to hold my phone, and I pretty much just do a conversational discussion or opinion piece there on my views while driving. And today it's a rainy, yucky morning out there. Also, if you enjoy these and enjoy this material and love this channel and want to help support it, we would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. That helps a lot more than subscribe, I guess. Also, if you want to help us financially, which we would greatly appreciate, there's two ways you can do it. One, there's below. There's actually three ways. There's a Patreon link where you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And I wish this car would get out of my way. So there's the Patreon where you get Frugal Force exclusive videos and sometimes some questions and additional content. The other way is the Streamlabs link. You click on that and it lets you use your PayPal or whatever, and you can do a one-time donation. The other way is Redbubble, where you can get Captain Frugal merch like shirts and clocks and all kinds of stuff. All right, now that the shilling's over, what the point of the discussion is, as I said, it's a rainy, yucky day, and I've got slow traffic in front of me that doesn't know how to go to speed limit. Well, anyway, my shoulder's a little achy too today, and that's probably because of the weather, and age, but also because I had to break a door down with my shoulder. So, because for all people that don't know, not aware, unfortunately, my stepfather is succumbed to mental illness now in his old age, and he's delusional. Still wants to live on his own, and I'm in the process of I'm trying to make it happen as much as possible, but I think he's at the end of that rope, and he locked himself out of his house, and so I went over there to unlock the doors, and part of dementia with some people, and he's one of those, there's a lot of fear, and well, in his fear, before he was completely wackadoodle, and I mean that in a nice way, I mean, I shouldn't even have said wackadoodle, I apologize for that. Before he really lost a lot of his comprehension, he didn't tell me, but he had the lock-screw key. So my key didn't work in the deadbolts. So I had to break his door down and break his door open and let him in and then fix it. So that was fun. Well, anyway, wow, man, this truck is kicking all kinds of crap my way. Well, anyway, so my shoulder's a little achy. And the reason I started thinking about the achy and the pain is because the pains of comic books and growing the market. I haven't done it yet, but I think I want to. AV Green did an article. Sorry, all the noise you hear is rain. AV Green did an article for the Bleeding Fool. Just for the record, AV Green deserves more attention. He's an OG. He's an original comic skater before Comic Skate existed. This guy's been calling out people for bad behavior in the comic book industry and the craziness that's been involved in it. And he's been, with his blog and everything, he's been a trooper for many, many years. Deserves a lot of credit. He's got the hatred on him by a lot of pros, like the nutbag Ron Mars, and evidently Patrick Zurcher as well. And that's the thing. He wrote this article on Patrick Zurcher, and I want to cover it too. A lot of the dumbness that Patrick Zurcher did in his tweet. He went on a tweet nutbag rant. And during this rant, he spewed tons of hatred and ignorance. And that's my main thing I want to talk about today, is who's really helping the comic book industry. Are people like Patrick Zurcher, do they really think they're helping the industry? Because let's say you're a new person, to comic books, and you read a comic book and the artwork was done by Patrick Zurcher. You want to say, hey, I want to contact that guy and say hi, or compliment you on your work, or ask you a question, or whatever it may be, and you discover that his large, ridiculous rant, or a Ron Mars, which is constantly political diarrhea spewing out of his Twitter feed and things like that. Do you really think that helps the comic book industry? Now, I'm going to compare that to somebody else. And remember, these are the guys and women that think they're so wonderful and so important to the industry, but yet they're destroying it and pushing away people. Whereas you have somebody like my son, Little Frugal. Last week alone, he gave 5 issues, comic book issues away. He gave some Psycho KO away, Mr. Crypt. He's giving away a Mr. Crypt to a girl today, and that's where the getting hurt part came in. He told me, he got home and said, Dad, a girl hurt her head at school. She hit her head and had to get a bandage and everything, so I guess she did it pretty good and hurt herself pretty good, and that was Friday. And he goes, I felt really bad for her. And I said, okay. And he goes, can I give her a comic book? And I said, absolutely. I said, what do you want to give her? So he said Mr. Crypt, so he's going to be giving him Mr. Crypt. And I want to give another update, too, on that. Little Frugal's been giving away a lot of Mr. Crypt and Psycho KO. I got to read through Adam Reck yet. See, that might be another one he's going to give away. We're going to see. And he said the kids keep coming to him, and they're absolutely loving it. They're talking about the characters. They're drawing them now in school, and more of them are coming to him and saying they really want to read the comics, because some of the comics are getting spread around school because they're sharing them and reading them together. Now, think about this. You get a group of kids by sharing the love of comic books, passing them around, talking. And some of these kids were not his friends, not his group of friends that he normally plays with. He just gave them to them. So it's building friendships, building connections. Now, some of these kids may continue to read comics throughout, because now they've got an interest and a love for these comic books, as well as, even probably just as important, if not more important, really, is the love of reading. It makes you want to read more. It makes them better at reading. So he's spreading the love of reading to kids, getting them to read more, getting them to love these comic books. Now you take that, you take a 6-year-old kid doing that. How much more good is he doing than a Patrick Zurcher that's going on there and spewing vile? Or a Quesada that's pushing a blue-haired freak, just to cause problems? Who is really building the industry? I think that's very important, because now on top of that, there's another factor. As I said, Little Frugal, by sharing these, got kids drawing these pictures and things, right? And he has one group of kids, him and a couple, I think 3 other friends, they're writing a comic book and making a comic book together, he said. And so think about that. These inspiring art, inspiring kids to write stories. This is time they could have been playing video games, right? Right, or doing whatever that doesn't add as much value. I'm not saying video games don't add value. There is some value in video games. I really think so. Therapeutic, hand-eye coordination, thinking, putting things in order. There's actually a lot of benefits to gaming in some respect. A lot of people don't give enough credit. But look at all the good a 6-year-old is doing in the industry. I think that is rather amazing. But then you turn around, then you look at the pros in the industry, and they're doing nothing but turning people off. Why can't they be doing these things? Simple, giving comic books away. Either through mail or when they see people random and talking about the joy of them. But no, instead they're too busy using the pulpit they have to write stories of propaganda and to spew hatred and vile on the internet. I mean, calling people Nazis and things. Talk about diminishing the power of the word Nazi and what it really means. These people are so delusional, they have no clue what the Nazis are or what Nazis actually did. And how few Nazis there are, actually. They're absolutely terrible people. But then just their term of a Nazi is somebody they just don't like because they have a disagreement on who they voted for. I mean, these people are sick in the head. I mean, nuts. And that they think they want you to turn around and buy their product. They'll say they don't want you to buy it. Oh, they don't like it, don't buy it. But they need you to buy it because their business is dying. Good luck growing your business when you cut half the population out of it for your market already before you even start. And then actually even more than half. I get a lot of people that are liberals that say comic books have gotten so bad even they can't stand it. Think about how bad it is, how far of a nutbag you have to be to push people that have a lot of similar beliefs as you because you are so forceful and ridiculous in how you display it and do it and act in public. They're cutting their nose off despite their face. All right. Well, ultimately, that's what I wanted to rant about a little bit. I appreciate the good that my son's doing, and I got a big plan coming up. I think I'm going to do a video to announce it for what we're going to do when we hit 3,000 subscribers. So if you don't mind, share this channel, push this channel, because when we hit 3,000 subscribers, I want to do something big, and then I'm going to set another bigger goal for the next 1,000. All right. This would not be possible. All giving these comics away and things, I want to mention that too, would not be possible without your support. This was because of you and our Patreon. You guys are wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. You're giving to the channel. That helps us and enables us to go to the comic shop and buy random comics, buy boxes of Alterna comics and things like that. We love to support, especially the ones that are supporting others. We love to support them. And spreading the joy of reading, especially to children, and the love of comic books. So that's you. You get the credit for that as much as we do. I want to make sure you know that. That's not just us. That is you. That would not be possible without you. We are doing it together. Thank you for your time. And until next time, keep it frugal.